Right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to do a deal to project. So we close the deal, we're going to turn it into a project. Use case for this. So let's say you have repeatable projects, that's using Zoho projects. We're going to use templates to say, okay, you do the same type of projects over and over again. You might have milestones, you may not have milestones, but you likely have steps that you want to follow. And instead of going in every single time and recreating those same steps, is what we're going to do is we're going to build a milestone, we have a task list, and then we have a few tasks with it. I've actually already pre-built it, but I'll kind of show you where to go so you can build your own. Then what we're going to do is use that template to say when a deal closes that it will closes in 1, it will automatically, when that is marked 1, it'll kick or fire off or trigger a workflow. That workflow is going to trigger a function. The function is then going to go create a project. Then secondly, it's going to create a project, but not only create the project, it's going to reassociate it with the CRM deal record. So you can see it there. And also in projects have the CRM information. So there is um, an extension that's available, a function through Zoho's gallery. So these are ones that have already been created by other people, and you can access that. The thing is, it only has one part of it, which is create the project, which is fine. That part's pretty straightforward. Some people get tangled up with the template part of it, so I'll show you where you can get the template ID, so you can do that. But the second part, which I think is real important, and that is tying together the project with the CRM. It's no point in having it disconnected. So we'll show you how to do that, where you're going to use an invoke URL to do that. So let's see, what else do I have here? Oh yeah, what to do. That's what I just showed you. Create the template in projects. We're going to get the extension from the gallery. We're going to create a workflow and then associate that extension, or that function rather, to that workflow. We're going to create a connection for projects in the CRM, and then we're going to add the code to associate the project to the deal. And we're going to test it so we can see what it's like. All right, let's just jump right into this. Okay, so we're in the CRM. This should look familiar to you. By the way, a preface here, everything we do on Zocademy is based on Zoho 1. If you don't have Zoho 1, you can get a free copy of a trial, 30 days or so. Probably a link in the description. Otherwise, if you do have any other version of the CRM, then some of these functions may not be available to you, especially on the free version. So be aware, Zoho 1, it's worth every dollar of it, so I'd recommend go getting that. Anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and jump in here. We're going to go into the setup area. So setup, and again, if you don't have 1, you may not see these same options here. But we're going to go into functions, and we are going to go to the gallery. This is where we're going to get it. It's this one right here, this create projects while winning potentials. What we're going to do though first is because of what I said over here that I would do is create the template in projects. We're not going to actually create it just for the sake of time. I already created a template. So where do you go to create your own templates? You go up here to the setup, go here to templates, and here it is. It's because I created one, but you could just create a new template if you wanted to, name it. You can add it to sprints, which is another project management product from Zoho, but it's not the waterfall project management. It's more agile project management with the cards and the Kanban view with sprints and epics and things like that. So that's what you could do, is you can actually have both of them, both projects in this one project. You can choose from a project if you want to leverage another template. There's no projects in here right now to leverage the template. So in this case, that would be, let's say you're already using Zoho, you already have a project template or a project you've created that follows what you'd want as a template. You could actually just copy what the task list, the milestones, and what the tasks are associated with the task list. You could just pick that and boom, it's already going to be created for you, so you don't have to recreate it. That's nice. You could type in whatever the project overview is going to be. So this is where you just do it, and then you can do based on project hours, staff hours, fixed costs for the project, or based on task issue hours. We have other videos that talk about this, but this one is really great if you're doing different tiered pricing based on who's doing what, based on the tasks that are being done, and then you can manage your project management or your project margins and performance. So we're going to go ahead and look at this template. It's just generically new template, and you'll see it just has one milestone with it, phase 1. It has one task list, and it has a few tasks in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the CRM, and we are going to create a workflow so that when an opportunity, I'm going to go ahead and right click this and create a new tab, and we're going to go into an opportunity. Come on, you can do it. we're going to go into this new test opportunity. This is the one we're going to use. Right now it's just a stage of registered. And then also there is, in projects you have a start date and end date typically, and you'll see with this function you're going to have those things as well. And so I added a couple custom fields here in the CRM, project start and project end. And you can just go into setup and do that, or click on edit and then edit the layout, and you can add those two fields pretty easily. So we're doing that. We're going to base it, the project name, based on the opportunity name. That's super easy. There'll be another video where we're going to go in more depth of how we can really customize this connection and do much more with it. Some complex type of customization. The other thing is we have a description field here. It's going to pull that over. All right, so let's go into setup, and we're going to go ahead and install this create projects while winning potentials. Okay, you can view the code if you want, or you can just straight install it. Okay, so now we have it installed here. You'll see that there's another one here, and that's because I did some testing before doing this video, and that's the full version of it, so you can flip over there and see it. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and look at this. So you can read the description if you want when you install yours, and you can see here's arguments, they call it. So these are like parameters or variables to pull into the function. You can pull in the project name. You're going to pull in the portal name. I'll show you what that looks like in projects. The template ID, I'll show you where to get that in your projects. The description, we're going to do a merge field from the deal, just like we're going to do with the project name. And then also that start date and end date that I just mentioned previously. So this is already built in this way. Normally I wouldn't do, I mean, you can do this where you plug in all of these different variables, but you could just as easily say, you know, the project name, description, start date, and end date are all pulled from the deal information. As you could actually just have something called ID here, which I'm actually going to include something called ID because of the second step, which is kind of backfilling in the deal to the project. So, so you could make this a little cleaner, a little easier, but this is fine because it's just out of the box. Just work with it. Okay, so we'll close. Now I can go in here and I can edit it. So the arguments, these are what we just saw. String, there's, you know, the arguments that you could typically do, which is integer, string, date, float, and boolean. And I'm going to add one at the bottom here called ID. And I'm going to use an integer for this. Save. So nothing changed with the script here. I just have that argument up here. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to save this. And then what we're going to do is we got the extension, we got the template extension, we're going to create the workflow and associate the extension. So let's go in here to automation. We're still in setup. Workflow rules. There is already an opportunity to close one, but it's using another function that was from the gallery about adding products to an account. So I'm just going to add another one. So you create a rule. It's going to be associated with the opportunity. The rule name is going to be op to project. Okay, on a record action, when do you want to execute this? It's going to be on a field update, so when that stage changes. And when that stage changes, it's meeting a certain condition, which is the stage equals closed one. And you could have any other stage if you wanted to. So we're going to scroll down here to closed one. And then we're going to do an instant action. So we're going to go to function. This is where it's actually pretty easy. We're just going to grab it. This is create projects while running potentials. Right? That's the one we already saw. We're going to associate that. Okay, so now what we need to do is we're going to go into this. We're going to, let's see, it's got the opportunity name, it's got the description, it's project start, project end, ID. It's got the portal name, so that's good. Oh, this is the one we created earlier, actually. I think that's why that's showing this here. So that's what it would do. You go into edit here. And so project name, what you do is a merge field. So let's say we pick opportunities. As you see, this field shows up, and you just pick the opportunity. That's the merge name, actually. So this is going to be the opportunity name. The portal is going to be this right here. So after the word portal and the /, you could just double tap here, and it's going to, that is the portal name. So when you're in projects, you log in and you looking at projects, right? You're going to see portal / pool spa service. If I go to home, same thing. Pretty easy, right? So double tap that. It's pool spa service in this case. And we're going to see, yep, that's what that is. The template ID, if we go into setup again, go to templates, this new template, it's this number up here. This is the template ID. So I'm going to copy this just to make sure it is the right one. 82001. 82001. So it looks the same. And then here again, description. We're going to associate it with the opportunity. We're going to grab the field, which is description. Pretty easy, right? Pretty straightforward. And then down here to the opportunity ID, save. Then we can also look at this, edit the function. So this part down here is the second part. So we're not going to worry about that right now. Oops, don't want to do that. By the way, that was a keyboard shortcut. I did command, I'm on a Mac right now, so command / made all of those grayed out, so it's not going to run that. This is the standard code that comes from that gallery function. It does not include this bottom part here. The top part here, as you can see, it's just taking the project name, which is actually the deal name. It's going to place it into something called name within projects. Description is going to put it into the description of the project. The start date is going to go into a start date, end date, you follow this, right? And then the template ID is going to go template ID. That's all this is going to do is create a project but not connect it to the deal. So I'm going to go ahead and save this now that I've grayed that out. It's associated with this workflow. So we're going to save. Come on. I think my video, the recording thing's getting in the way. Okay. All right, so opportunity project, that workflow is turned on. You can see here. So I'm going to go into this opportunity. By the way, when you look here, projects, no projects. We're going to go into this opportunity. And I've got the start date, end date, all of that. We're just going to go ahead and save this as closed one. Yep, that all looks good. Now I go into projects again, click on projects. There's that project. And if I go into milestones, let me go to tasks. Okay, so I had a little brain fart there. I saw that there weren't any milestones or tasks with it, and I thought, oh, great, this is real fantastic in this video. So took a few seconds. Sometimes, you jump the gun, you get all excited about it, and here we go. So I went back into it. I took a moment and looked at the milestones, and here it is. Phase 1 showed up, list showed up. It's all in here. So that's great. What it doesn't have, if we look at the dashboard, is normally there would be, if we were to go in here, let's say, and we're in this opportunity and we go to projects, is I could actually associate the project here. Oh, but there's no account with it. Okay, so let's just grab an account. Yeah, grab Atkins Group's fine. Okay, let me refresh this page. And come on, you can do it. You can do it. All right, projects. We're going to go down to projects again. We're going to take a look at associating project. There's the new test opportunity that we had before. You could fill out this information, add client users to have them view it. Right now we're just purely going to associate it. So we've got this test opportunity here now. So right now there's no link to the CRM here, but if I refresh this, come on, you can do it. I know you can. I have faith in you. There we go. So now you can see the CRM information. I click this, it's going to open up the CRM. So what we're going to do next is we're going to get that other bit of code and we're going to add that. And then what that's going to do is shortcut that. so we don't have to take those extra steps. Remember to do it. Oh yeah, I've got to associate that project with that deal. Forget that. Let's just do it when it closes the deal. It creates the project with the template that you want. Boom, done. You're off and running to the races, right? Okay, so let's, I'm going to go ahead and kill this deal. I know, so mean. All right, move to trash, out of here. See ya. Let's see if I refresh here. I'm pretty sure that that will go away from the Zoho projects. While that's doing that, don't want to waste any more time on this video, is we're going to go into that function again, which that's in the workflow area, right? So if I know I'm clicking around kind of fast here, but let's go back where I got to this point is in the setup workflow rules right here. This is the new one I created called opt project. That's where we're at. We're going to go into the function. I'm just hovering over that and clicking it. We're going to go into edit. We're going to go into edit function. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the opposite of what I did before, is I'm going to do command/. But I want to bring something up with you guys. Right here is something called a connection, because what we're doing here is an invoke URL. So this is like you use these to connect between Zoho products. You can also use an invoke URL to invoke any other API URL with certain parameters associated with it. So this is a particular Zoho parameter for CRM to connect deals to projects. And here we've got the deal ID, and here we're returning when that new project gets created. The response here is going to include something called projects and ID. We have other videos that talk about how to parse out that thing called JSON, JSON. And we're going to post this. You don't have to worry about the details. If you're not technical, that's fine. Just copy and paste this. But the key thing is what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do this connection here, this associate projects. So if I go over here, all right, create the connection for projects in CRM, add code to associate project to the deal. Okay, connection here. That's what we're going to do next. So where we do this is I'm going to save this, and we're going to go to setup. We're going to go to connections. And this is associate projects. It's a connection that's already been created. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, it's probably not going to let me delete it because it's already part of that, that function because I added it already. But let's go take a look at what the options are in here. So when you go to create a new connection, you're going to give it a name, and then you've got all these Zoho options. So I'm going to take a step back here just so you can see what it looks like when you add a new connection. You're going to see all these options of things that you can connect to. They already have connections. You just need to connect to it. So the one we're doing is this one here, Zoho OAuth, not this one. We're doing this Zoho OAuth. So again, we're going to go back to the connection. I selected that one, let's say, and then we go here, we name it, and then what you're going to do is see how these are at the top. It's because I've already selected those. They're not going to be at the top. You're going to have to scroll through, look at the alphabetical desk, scroll down, keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, so now we're getting close. Zoho Blueprint. We're going to go to Zoho CRM down here. Keep going. I know. Keep going. Keep it going. There we go. So Zoho CRM is way down here, right? There's all these different options, but I've already selected two. So what you want to select are these two. Zoho CRM.modules.all, Zoho projects.projects.all. That's what you're going to select, okay? No changes made. It's already connected. So now what we're going to do is go back into that function right here. I'm already in setup. Connections is above functions, so I can go to functions. We're going to go into this one. Okay, so this is the function. This is the connection that we just did, or reviewed anyways. And now what this is going to do is it is going to make the connection. So when a new project gets created, it's not only created, but it's tagged back to that CRM, which I think is very important. So we'll go ahead and save this, and we're going to test this again, and this time I'm going to be a little more patient. I'm not going to jump the gun on it. I'm going to say, let's see this happen. Okay, let's just watch it happen. All right, so I just simply changed the proposal price quote. That's the stage. Since the thing that triggers this in the workflow is the stage being changed to this option of closed won, that is what I'm going to do next. And then that should create a new project and have it associated with the CRM. Okay, so we are looking at projects again. There's no projects in here. I feel like a magician, right? So you see nothing here. There's nothing in the hat. Okay, so I'm going to go closed won. Got those things right on. Save. Well, that's pretty anticlimactic, right? Just went to closed won. But if I go over here, look at projects, there it is. Okay, right now it says no tasks. This is what freaked me out before, but let's just give it a minute. Just might take a moment to get the connection to the template. Come on, you can do it. There it is. See how there's 3 tasks now? Okay, so I click on this, and you're going to see something here. It's pretty cool. It automatically has that connection to the CRM. So now if you click this, you can click on that. It'll open up that opportunity. You can open up the account as well from here. So you've got, if I tap on that, it shows here's the account, here's the opportunity. So we've tested it. It worked. Success. So that's what we're doing with Deal to Project. I hope it works out for you.